What is the next big point for Virgin Galactic? In my personal opinion, it's the team. Another edge is actually Virgin Galactic is the only public company that you can invest that is doing space travel. One of the last parts is the execution. In this space video, we are talking about the 5 edges that space has over other investments, okay? 5 edges that people maybe don't see on the first sight, because I was just researching the best traders and option traders and investors all around the world. And there was always the perception that when you have an edge, you are willing to put down the investment. And sometimes the edge could be a technical analysis, some information, sometimes illegal information, sometimes just the view on a sector, some understanding of a technology, and so on and so forth. So once you have this edge, you are having something over the market that you think the market doesn't understand. My main edge was actually when I invested into Tesla. I felt like Tesla had the edge that everyone was underestimating this company, okay? The valuation was super down. Even though they make 20 billion in revenue, they underestimated Elon Musk. They underestimated the Model 3 and Model Y. They underestimated that China could really achieve this kind of outcome of cars and the Gigafactory and so on. So all this underestimation led to short selling, which led to a short squeeze, and the huge success of Tesla then obviously gave the stock the final push, okay? And the short sellers, the finish him kick a la Mortal Kombat. Finish him. So let's talk about the first edge, in my personal opinion, which is the space industry, okay? The space industry is something that not people can understand so far. What? Sending people to space? How many people should that be? Maybe a handful, right? And this is wrong. Thousands and thousands of people will actually go to space and experience that. And as prices go down, as more people the market has, right? And there's actually this wonderful statement by this visionary at Virgin Galactic that you can see what actually it means to go to space.
It is also the place from which this new history is going to begin. It's very rare to be a person who gets to be in the place, in the time when history begins like that. So if you accept that this change is positive and that this will motivate people and drive people to take action on behalf of this planet that they look down on, you're creating a machine for epiphanies, a machine for activism, a machine for social action that just is producing heroes, one after another, as it sends them up into space, gives them this incredible experience, and then returns them back with a directed sense of purpose and action to do something about this, to do something on behalf of the gem that you've been privileged to look down at.
So as you can see, it changes people, right? To change people to become a better personality. And I think this is very much underestimated, what the space industry is. And guess what? Goldman Sachs just recommended a stock of the year that will have a big year in 2022 is actually a space stock, yes. So you see, even, and Goldman Sachs is not like some very small outlet. Everyone looks what is happening when Goldman Sachs is speaking. So this, in my personal opinion, is one of the most underestimated industry. Here you can see Goldman Sachs named space company Maxar Technology stock one of the firm's top picks for 2022, calling for shares to climb as much as 75% in the year ahead. So fantastic and very interesting industry. Let's jump to the next edge. Alright, so let's talk about what is the next big point for Virgin Galactic, in my personal opinion, it's the team. There is a pretty badass team on Virgin Galactic, even though if you don't like Richard Branson, if you hate Shamas Palihapitiya, both are billionaires with an address book of so many people. If they just call up the industry and say, you know, we need this and this person into the team, then they get those people. They have so much knowledge about people if they interview people. So look at the latest, biggest CEO that they brought to Virgin Galactic. Michael Colglazer built the amusement parks with the creative team around the world. They brought the other guy from Disney as well that you saw in the very first part of this video. So it's not only about, okay, those people have a lot of money and a lot of experiences, but it's more also about that those people know other people, have a network, know whom to call, when, what is going on, and so on and so forth. So I'm really appreciating this power behind Virgin Galactic, and you will appreciate as well at some point there will be some crisis management, and I think there is no better team as a very high advanced experienced team behind Virgin Galactic. This is a very big part of my investment thesis also, that Shamas is chairman of the board. He has a lot of power and money and has just, you know, a great opportunity to really change the game, and that's why I believe that it's something very interesting, and that's why I think this is another edge of Virgin Galactic. Another edge is actually if you consider that space tourism is a real deal and becomes something that the stock market will value at some point, there's just one company to invest in. As of this moment, there is Virgin Galactic, there is Blue Origin, and there is SpaceX. And people ask me, what if SpaceX and Blue Origin goes on the stock market, goes public? Well, okay, then maybe one edge is done. Even though those companies are focused on totally different goals to become interplanetary species for humanity, people are so scared of this kind of things and trying to catch every bad thing to pull it and throw it into the comments and say, what is that? What happens if this happens? You know, this is, you know, all noise, guys. This is noise. If you are looking for noise, then just switch on your TV and look for noise. But if you're real into investing, then you should really consider exactly those moments where there's a lot of noise, and some of this noise is really bad for the stock price, obviously, but then it comes down to what is really tangible, okay? What is really fundamental? And I think that most of the fundamental stuff is right now, Virgin Galactic is the only public company that you can invest that is doing space travel, okay? And they're doing it even for a very low price. So do you want that? If yes, then there's Virgin Galactic stock to invest. This is your edge. One of the last parts is the execution. I know people will say, oh, you know, they came with delays and they came with this capital raises and so on, but those are very technical things, and those are also very tactical things, okay? First of all, let's talk about the technical. Obviously, it's a very hard problem, and I like how they solve it actually with saying, you know, let's fix the problem first, then fly the test flight and Richard Branson, and then make the maintenance, okay? Obviously there was a back and forth, and do we first do, you know, the test flight, then we fix the EMS problem, or we fly first the Italian Air Force, then we do the maintenance, but they decided to go safety first. This is absolutely important, guys. Even though this is not great for the stock sometimes, it's better for the overall company, and this is what you like in the end of the day, okay? You like when there's good things coming for the company. Sometimes it's very hard for us as people outside looking at the, you know, kind of decisions and see, okay, is this really logical? And there's another point that I want to talk about is the stock offering Obviously, you know, many people say, oh, why they did the offering? Well, they did it in the perfect time where the stock was at the all-time high, and they knew there's some couple of months that there will be lower stock price, so they did exactly the best part to dilute as less as possible, okay? And this helped us to be afloat with money and to be basically free of any long-term liability. And this is basically a reason why the company cannot go bankrupt, okay? It's very hard for a company that has not long-term debt to go bankrupt, right? And there's another big thing that I think is an edge for Virgin Galactic. Because of all of this, the stock price is quite beaten down and people think, oh, that's it. And exactly there is the times where people go into these companies, okay? When the company has issues, if the company stock is very much down, this is how I did it, a 20x if you would invest into Tesla when I was speaking about it until now, easy 20x. So this is the exact timings where you should load the boat and look for the long term. And the most obvious edge that Virgin Galactic has over any space company is currently their technology, how they fly into space, and therefore also the price. So let us recap. We have three companies: SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic. Virgin Galactic, $450,000 for one seat. Then you have Blue Origin, about 28 million, and then you have SpaceX, 50 million. Now, beside discussing which experience is better and which have which perks, let's just agree that Virgin Galactic has the best value, okay? I mean, going for just $500,000 to space and have this experience, get the FAA announcement as an astronaut on their website, and many more things, this experience to be in space, like just a handful of people wherever, well, this is quite nice. So what does it mean? This means that you're actually having a huge advantage, because from here, from these prices like 50 million, 28 million and 450,000, the prices are actually going down, okay, not up. They are going down with better getting technology, with more mass people shooting into space, and so on and so forth. So that said, you have a very, 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 very competitive product. In this phase, there is no one cheaper that can deliver the experience to go to space. And this is actually because of their system, okay? I think it was 90% of the power that the rocket needs to go to orbit is in the first 100, 200 or 300 meters, okay? So imagine when the airplane goes instead, you know, very easy by another airplane to the right altitude where the gravity is also lower and they can just launch for half a minute to 1 minute the booster, versus having the booster on for the whole time for like 10 minutes. It's, you know, it's a big difference, and this is where the prices are actually diversified, and that's why Virgin Galactic has a huge advantage here. And I hope there was enough edges for you, and let me know if I forgot one in the comments. If you want to get to our Discord community, hundreds of investors, then check out 50 Thanks, and you will get 50% off and have lifetime Discord access. Thank you very much, and see you the next days.